I'm a preacher, I'm a minister, so I believe in God, and I get my ideas from biblical principles most of the time. And if I don't, like, if it's not biblical, I sound like the voice too much. But a biblical principle in the Bible is that lies have to be confronted. In Numbers 32:22, I think it's 23, it says, be sure your sins will find you out. In other words, when you do something wrong, you may not get exposed right away, but eventually it's going to be found out. Okay. In 2 Samuel chapter 12, or actually chapter 11, King David committed a horrible sin with Bathsheba, and then he ended, to cover up the sin, he had her husband killed. Literally had him killed, and went on business as usual, like nothing ever happened. And in the 12th chapter of 2 Samuel, God sends the prophet Nathan to him to confront him about the sin he committed, that he was acting like he didn't do it. And it was only after he was confronted, I mean, literally bold-faced confronted, that David repented. Had Nathan not approached him, he probably went on forever without any problem. The last scripture I'm going to give you about this before I get to my example is Galatians chapter 2. In Galatians chapter 2, the Bible tells us that Paul had to withstand Peter. Peter withdrew himself from the Christians and started hanging out when Jews came from Jerusalem or Judea, and he started acting in an unseemly way, rejecting his Christian brothers in order to gain favor with the Jewish brothers. So Paul saw this attitude, and Paul said that when I saw that he did not conduct himself properly, I withstood him to his face. He said, and I said to him before them all. In other words, I got him in front of all of his homies. And I thought that was profound. So my point is that when we get our evidence together of these media personnel, as an example, who told a bold-faced lie, we should document this, maybe make some signs, put the lie that they told on the sign, maybe the date that they told, or what program they were on when they told it. Go out in front of their media where they work at, and have a rally in front of their we don't do this. Why don't we have this? We don't have, no one ever goes out when they tell a bold-faced lie. Like, remember, like, there are some people who still haven't admitted that they lied about the Biden mental state. Some have, some haven't. Why aren't we out there in front of their studios asking to explain why? There are people that lied about Trump. They lied about the 2020 election. They lied about COVID. They lied about 1,001 different things. And some of these lies are so blatant and easy to prove that we should be documenting them and then go into their studios. Get a group of people together. Now, I don't live in your city. You don't live in mine. But we all have, every city has a news studio.
Right.
And that gives you, and I see news every day that's lying. Every day I'm seeing the news person tell some kind of bold-faced lie.
Right.
Why not hold our news media in our local areas accountable for the lies that they tell?
Right.
And we need to do this consistently. If you don't do it, if it doesn't become a regular part of your routine in your community, they're not going to fear you. And they're not going to fear telling you a lie. But if they know that, wait a minute, if I tell this lie, tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to have a crowd of people outside in front of our studio talking about that lie you told, not about the news that you were reporting on, not about the way the dress that you wore or the suit you wore that day. I'm not going to be talking about the price of the cheese. They're going to be talking about the bold-faced lie you told to the audience who are trusting you for good information.
Right.
They're going to be out there asking you, why did you say this? And I mean, document it. Why did you say these words? And explain to us why, and will you admit that it was a lie?
Right.
And if you don't, we're going to stay here. We'll be out here tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of pressure will force people to be concerned about how they're expressing themselves